Hello everyone, this is Gemini Jets 1975 finally coming back at you with another video. Today it will be classic airport update number 13. I do have something to ask you guys. Would you like me to split classic airport updates up into decades? I would have an 80s classic airport and a 90s. Please let me know what you think. They'll probably both have about an equal number of aircraft in them. Obviously, the 90s would not have Braniff. There's a few other Pan Am and Pan Am and Eastern would be gone for the 90s. But there are some airlines I do not have in this update that would be in a 90s update. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about that, because the classic collection is getting a little bit too big to be able to put into one update completely. So thank you guys for that consideration. Anyways, before I get started, let me do a kind of an overview here real quick. Let's see here. Alright, right here is the Eastern Terminal. This is international and a few domestic. This is Delta and Continental. This is Braniff. And then Southwest and Hawaiian. And then this right here is pretty much everybody else. There's, well, more airlines than I really want to name. So, anyway. Let's get started. Okay. Right here, guys, behind the control tower, we have, what did I drop? Okay, I guess that's not important. Right here, guys, we have a US Air 737-200. We'll be making a flight out to Philadelphia. Right next to him is another US Air 737-200. He'll be making a flight out to Pittsburgh. Couple empty gates. Right here is a Northwest DC-930. We'll be making a flight out to Minneapolis. The Northwest DC-950 just came in from Detroit. And the Northwest 727-200 will be making a flight out to Memphis. US Air 727-200 just arrived in from, let's say, Boston. Alright, Texas International DC-930 be making a flight out to Houston Intercontinental. Alaska 727-200 just arrived in from Seattle. Reno Air MD-82 just came in from Reno. Midway DC-930 be making a flight out to Chicago Midway. Piedmont 727-200 will be making a flight out to Charlotte. Muse Air MD-80 be making a flight out to Dallas Love Field. Midwest Express DC-930 just arrived in from Milwaukee. New York Air 737-300 just arrived in from Washington Dulles. Piedmont 737-200 just made a flight from Baltimore. Piedmont 737-300 will be making a flight out to Dayton, Ohio. They did have a hub in Dayton. Air Florida 737-200 just made a flight from Miami. And the Republic 727-200 will be making a flight to, let's see, Republic, let's say Detroit. Alright guys, here's the Braniff terminal. Braniff Calder DC-8 is pushing back for a flight to Bogota, Colombia via Miami. Braniff Big Orange 747-100 is getting ready to push back for a flight out to Honolulu. Braniff 747-200 just arrived in about an hour ago from Brussels. Brussels. Braniff 747 SP will be making a flight out to Taipei via Honolulu and Guam. Alright, Hawaiian DC-10 just arrived in from Honolulu. Braniff Calder 727-200 just arrived in from Washington, D.C. Southwest 737, that is a 200, just arrived in from Dallas Love Field. Braniff 727-200 Dallas Cowboys will be making a flight to DFW. Braniff 727-200 just pulled into the gate from Kansas City. Braniff 727-200 will be making a flight out to Denver. Braniff 727 will be making a flight to Orlando. Braniff 727 will be making a flight to Tampa. Braniff 727 just arrived in from Corpus Christi. Braniff 727 will be making a flight to Los Angeles. Braniff 727 will be making a flight to how about Atlanta? And Braniff 727 just arrived in from Seattle. Last but not least, Braniff 727 will be making a flight to New York LaGuardia. Alright, so let's go over here to the Delta/Continental terminal. There's the Delta L1011. He just arrived in from Honolulu. Delta MD-11 will be making a flight out to let's say Bangkok via Portland. Was it Bangkok? Yeah, I think there was another stop there, but we'll just say that. That's a little bit far, but actually no, let's not do Bangkok. Let's do Nagoya, Japan via Portland. Alright, Delta 763 will be making a flight out to Munich via Atlanta. Delta MD-88 just arrived in from Cincinnati. Delta 747-100 just arrived in from Atlanta and will be continuing on to Los Angeles. Continental DC-10 will be going out to Denver. Continental 747-100 will be going out to Paris via Houston. People Express 727-200 just arrived in from Newark. Continental 727-200 just arrived in from Greensboro, North Carolina. Continental DC-930 We'll be making a flight out to Washington, D.C. Continental DC 910 just arrived in from Amarillo. Continental MD 82, we're making a flight out to Los Angeles. Continental 737-200 just arrived in from Houston Intercontinental. Western 727-200 will be making a flight to Salt Lake City. Northeast 727-200 just arrived in from Boston. Delta DC 930 just arrived in from Dallas Fort Worth. Delta 737-200 will be making a flight to Oklahoma City. Delta 727-200 just arrived in from Mexico City. Okay, now for the international terminal. Okay, we've got TWA 727-200 will be going out to St. Louis. United 727-200 just arrived in from Denver. Air Canada, Airbus A319 just arrived in from Toronto. Aeroflot Tupolev 154 will be making a flight out to Moscow via New York JFK and Shannon. TWA Pan Am 747-100 will be making a flight out to Paris. Pan Am 747 SP just arrived in from Tokyo. TWA L1011 will be making a flight to let's say Lisbon. Alright. British Airways DC-10 just arrived in from London Heathrow. Mexicana DC-10 just arrived in from Mexico City. And British Caledonian DC-10 just arrived in from London Gatwick. Okay, last terminal. Eastern 757-200 will be going out to Atlanta. Eastern 727-200 will be going out to Philadelphia. Eastern DC-950 he'll be going out to Kansas City. And Eastern DC-930 just arrived in from Boston. Alright, now for the taxiways and runway. Right here is the Northwest DC-10 who's waiting for a gate. Just arrived in from Oslo via Minneapolis. We'll do the runway last. Okay, right here, Delta 767-200, Spirit of Delta, will be making a flight out to Salt Lake City. Alright, America West 737-300 is making a flight out to Phoenix. A Hughes Air West DC-915 is making a flight out to Las Vegas. And then last but not least, right here guys, the Concorde, British Airways Concorde blasting down the runway for a flight out to no other than London Heathrow. Alright guys, that pretty much does it for this classic airport update. Again, please let me know if you think I should split these up into decades. It would probably make things a little more interesting and kind of give you an idea of what airlines operated when, if you do not know already. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe as always. And I will see you in the next video.